How's everybody doing today, guys? Today we are going to be doing a base location tour of Ragnarok. I picked out 15 of my favorite aesthetic locations for you guys. Hope you enjoy. Alrighty guys, spot one I got for you is over here in the Highlands. Show you the location there on the map. This is right underneath the lighthouse. Come inside here. Got a nice little water area. It's pretty deep in there. You can probably easily fit Mosa or whatever else you would like to get in here. I kind of think it gets a little shallow out here, so you might not be able to swim a Mosa out into the ocean or vice versa. But you can at least do plenty of underwater breeding here. And then as I went ahead and shown you guys here, tree platforms will snap to these pillars coming down off the roof. So that can make building in here much easier for you. And they actually snap right there, so you ain't got to worry about trying to get them perfectly centered or nothing. Works out pretty well. It's a more basic cave, but I mean it still looks really nice. It's built into the side of the cliff there. I'll take you guys on to number 2. Alrighty guys, spot number 2 here in the Highlands. Show it to you on the map. Also, I forgot to mention the last one. In the upper left hand corner of the screen, you'll see my exact GPS coordinates at all times. So that can help you guys find where I'm at easier. This right here is a nice little waterfall. It's not the flattest area. I mean, it's decent. You could build something here pretty easily. There's also this cave back here. I'm sure most of you know about this cave. A nice little water source there. You could build a nice base inside this cave. I've built in here before. And I've also built like a little ranch house and stable type area. Unicorns will normally spawn right around in here. I've seen quite a few in like videos. I've seen a few spawn here before. Like this area right here seems to be the #1 unicorn spawn for anybody wanting to try and find them. So if you built like right on top of this waterfall, you'd have a great view of trying to watch for them unicorn. And that would be plenty far enough away to keep from disturbing the spawn spots. You do have to worry about gigas down here. I think a giga spawns right up in there. And there's another spawn spot on the other side of this here. So keep that in mind. And you also got aloes. It's not the safest spot, but I do like this waterfall. It's real pretty. All the little flowers I got around it. I built a little fishing spot right here one time too. This is great for fishing. If you put a raft here, I don't think it would disrupt any of the spawns. So you could have like a little fishing raft right there for the Love Evolved event. That would help out a lot there. Alrighty guys, spot number 3 here. Let me pull it up on the map for you. This is right underneath the volcano on Ragnarok. Whenever the volcano is erupting, lava will be flowing down there, and you know you don't want to go in this lighter gray area because that's where the lava flows. Lava will also flow over the entrance to this cave here. I've seen mixed responses on this. A lot of people seem to know about it, but a lot of people still don't know where it is. This is a really cool cave. This is maybe one of the coolest on Ragnarok. Got lava flowing down from the ceiling there. You can build in here. I've tried to build something in here before, but it's just really dark. That's the biggest issue with it for me. It's kind of hard to see. I'm at 4.0 gamma right now, and I'm sure you can tell how dark it is in here. That's official gamma, and this is during the day. But yeah, I mean, it's not got a nice flat area. You gotta be careful if you get dinos in here, because I believe it is instant death if they fall in the lava. It's not like I'm pretty sure they haven't updated to where it's like Genesis, where it just does a little constant damage. But yeah, when the volcano's erupting, lava will be flowing down from there. I've been told you can fly into it when it's erupting, and it won't kill you if you fly through there, but I've never been able to test that for myself. There's a little view of it so you guys can maybe figure out where it is a little easier. But that's a level 290 basso. Might come back here and tame that later. You kind of got a cool effect there where the lava flow meets the ocean. But yeah, this is a nice little area. I'll bring you guys on to the next one. Spot number 4 here, I'm sure most of you guys already know about. It's the triple waterfall right off the canyons there. Oh. That's a base I've built here in my survival series. Did a video tour of that and a couple other of my Ragnarok base locations if you'd be interested in watching. You got this nice sized cave in here, plenty of crystal and metal. I've built here multiple times. I love this spot. You know, it's really cool. I built just a small little shack right here one time. It came right out to the edge of the waterfall. I had a deck coming out just out of the waterfall. There's a small little shack here, and then I'll just bring my flyer in and have all my dinos right there. It was pretty cool, especially for just starting out on Ark. I mean, it's a beautiful view there. You do have to worry about RGs, Rexes, Raptors, Carnos, Scorpions, like down here on the ground. And sometimes I did, at one point I had a base built in here in a cluster, and I logged in. And the Arthro had somehow snuck into the base and killed like 4 or 5 of my dinos. That was fun, so yeah, keep that in mind if you ever build in here. Stuff can fall down. Got my location pulled up there on the map for you guys. This actually isn't where I'm recommending to build. If you see this little crevice down here, there's a cave. It's got that waterfall. That just looks beautiful right there. I love how this cave looks. I've always wanted to build in here. I just never actually got the chance to. You could build something really cool. That backdrop right there just looks beautiful. It's a nice sized cave. Got plenty of stone. I'm sure there's crystal and metal in here as well. Got a little shallow. Oh, there's some metal there. But yeah, you got the water here. Oh, there's crystal. Pretty deep water. Probably can do decent amount of water dino storage here if that'd be something you're interested in. Sorry about that little cut there. Had to go blow my nose. Allergies are still kind of kicking in. But yeah, you got the little waterfall there. That's where we came in at. Pretty deep water here. And then you come out here to the opening of this cave. And I believe you can probably get a shark through here. Maybe Nessie. But it's a pretty small area. Yeah, you definitely couldn't get anything through over here. You'd have to go this way. This is the outside of it there. Up here was where the entrance to it was. And this is spot number 5. Spot number 6 I got for you here. Bring it up on the map. I'm going to this little cave opening here. I know some people know about it, but I didn't know about it till a couple months ago actually. Got this nice sized cave in here. Couple little waterfalls. Real nice sized cave to build in. Crystal. Plenty of river rocks for metal. And as you see there, it's the wyvern spawn area. So you would have to build some gates up on this end. I've actually seen somebody build, you can build a little wyvern trap right here, so you can trap the wyvern, have like a behemoth gate there and a behemoth gate here, trap the wyvern, knock it out, get your milk, and you can have a wyvern ready to milk whenever you want it, right at your base. Or maybe it was right here they built it, I can't remember. Yeah, this is where the outside of it is. Now there are supposed to be eggs around here somewhere for the wyverns. I've actually never came over here to hunt for eggs before. Oh, that's cool. Where was it? There it is. There's a couple of these little structures like this on Ragnarok and a few other places. I know there's one in the canyon area. And there's this one. There might be a couple more. That's what I love about this map. There's all these kind of little secret details you actually have to pay attention and look to catch. There's supposed to be egg spawns around here somewhere. I'm just not quite sure where. Yeah, like you see wyverns will be right up here by the entrance to your little area. I've also heard this is a really good spot for PvP. You got this small entrance here. And I heard if you uncryo a Giga, the Giga can get up here and it can like attack stuff up here. So keep that in mind if you were to build here for PvP reasons. Alrighty guys, we're just up the river here from where we just were. The cave that we were in is just down there. You follow this river up, you get this beautiful little castle type area. Not really sure what you would call it. You cannot build inside of it. To my knowledge, I have cave building turned on and it wouldn't let me place foundations or anything down in here. Just kind of give you all a quick little overlook of it. This is new. I'm not sure if I don't think I have a mod that will be putting in this. I've been in this spot a few times and I've never noticed that lettering there. I'm pretty sure that's new, but I could be wrong. You have hyenodons that'll spawn in here. I never know. This would be well, you can't build right here. And I love how that little waterfall effect there. Oh, you even got water effects. They've definitely updated this. Yeah, they 100% updated this because it never used to be like this. Unless it's just something that you can only see on PC. This is my first time here since I got the PC. Oh yeah, this looks a lot better on PC than it does on console. Yeah, I imagine they probably couldn't put all the extra water effects and stuff because of console performance issues. Because this does look a lot better than it did. But for building wise here, you have a flat spot here. And you have a flat spot here. Now if you got S Plus and on a console, you could build on these and then just make like your base right outside here over top of this. You could do it on console too. You just have to do some pillar work down here and probably run a pillar straight up through these rocks connecting to a foundation right about there. It wouldn't be too hard to do. Where you, like my aberration base, you could have a little bridge coming out both sides and have a giant circle in the middle. Or not circle, whatever you would like. This is a little overview of the outside of it here. Not sure what exactly it's supposed to be, but I've always loved this little area. For some reason I was thinking it was over by the Blue Ob, and I was looking over by the Blue Ob forever, and I finally gave up, and then I found it over here. I'll bring you guys on to the next one. Base location number 8 I have for you guys is out here in the desert. No, excuse me, desert. I'll show you the location on the map there real quick. I had an idea and I started it, but for some reason I stopped playing on the server I was building this at. This is the basically Pride Rock is what I call it. It's probably the highest point in the desert of Ragnarok. But what I had built here is I cleared all this out and I had a basically a little tower build going right here. So like I was going to have the top of the tower right here looking out. Like a beautiful view of everything. And then you got Pride Rock you could do something with up here. Might still build something here just for fun. So I never got to finish that build and I really wanted to be able to finish that. But another reason for this base location, you come down here into this cave, you have all kinds of metal. Like you would never, and you come out here and there's even more. Like this is probably one of the largest metal spawns in the entire game. Besides Aberration. Aberration is just a giant metal spawn itself. Yeah, it is pretty dangerous. Excuse me. It is pretty dangerous here. You'll have rock elemental spawn and other things. You'll have Carnos and wolves and stuff that want to run up here. So you yeah, this is it's a desert. I mean, it's all pretty dangerous out here. Next base location I got for you guys here is again in the desert again. It's this little oasis. This is probably one of my favorite spots in any of the desert maps. Just the way it really looks like you've been wandering the desert for days with no water, and then you come across the mirage. It's just mesmerizing looking, especially for roleplay purposes. You could have something really cool right here. It isn't too deep. You do got the normal dangers of the desert. I'm sure death worms probably spawn pretty close to here sometimes. Got a good amount of crystal right up in here as well. So you'd be real close to crystal spawn. That's kind of what it looks like. It's not much to it. It's a decently flat area, but I mean, you could build. Be a really pretty little building location here. Couldn't do nothing major, but this here is one of my favorite build locations. It's really large, really flat. There's a couple little islands like this scattered throughout here, but this is the biggest one of them. You can't demolish any of these rocks here, so that can be kind of annoying, but it's not too deep. Sharks, nothing bad can get up here, just the itchies. They're just annoying if you fall in the water. At one point when I was playing on console, I had an amazing giant base here. I loved it. It was this big enclosed circular castle type area, and then I went to put an ocean platform out the back of it, and I got the ocean platform lined up to where it was right on the threshold of the building. I just wanted to have that ocean platform for to breed dinos on, so I could have like Rex breeding and stuff without having to worry about getting them in the water. I can't remember why, but I think it might have been a little off-centered. So I went to pick up the ocean platform, and the next thing I know, I hear a bunch of glass break. I didn't have anything built on that ocean platform yet. I got real nervous, so I exited out of the game hoping maybe it wouldn't save somehow. I logged back in, everything was gone. I mean, there was probably 10 hours, 15 hours of building just gone. I was heartbroken when that happened. But I mean, you could use some eco mods, put some trees and stuff up around here too, make this look even better. There's two different ways you could build here. You could just build on pillars, have pillars lining the ocean floor, then put a ceiling on top of one of them. You'll need one that's 2 pillars high and with a ceiling. And this, as long as you connect pillars to that original pillar, you'll have foundation support under the whole ocean. Only needing 1 pillar, that way you can save on building materials. Or you could build like an underwater basement too, have the foundations and stuff down here, and then just a couple walls high, and you could have like a little in-ground pool or basement type area. That'd be really cool. Oh, getting attacked by raptors. Spot number 11 here for you is in the canyon area of Ragnarok. Just kind of a view. I mean, there's so many good base locations here. I just picked my favorite, which is in this waterfall. You come inside this little cave type area. You got all kinds of metal. You got this view right here, and that, I don't know, just the way the waterfall is coming down. You got a big opening looking out at everything else. I really love the way it looks. I have built here before. I built like a little workshop and breeding type area down here. And I came over here and I built a ladder. Or maybe, I think I used a tech jump pad. I had tech jump pads placed up along this cliff so I could jump up here. And then I built like a little greenhouse, and I was going to build I was in the process of building a little bar type area right here. Something happened and my character got wiped on that cluster, and that was heartbreaking. That was the first time I'd actually played a cluster that wasn't single player. A really cool base right here. I really like that. Might build something here again at some point. Once again, we're getting attacked. Got you up here in the snow of Ragnarok. This is the death snow, so this is a very dangerous area. You will freeze to death here very quickly. But this is also a gigantic flat spot. And the cool thing is, you can actually... This the ice here, you can actually see what's on the other side. Yeah, there you go. There's a dino down there because there's a little cave system, so you can actually see the dinos inside the cave. And I'm sure if you built something down there, like had really bright lights and stuff down there, you could light up this entire frozen lake area. That could look really cool. I'll take you down in here and show you down around in the cave. It's not nothing very big, but I mean it's got great resources. You could build a PvP base in here. I mean there's multiple entrances, but it's really big. You could have something right here in the middle and then just line these entrance ways with turrets, and you can't even really get anything big in either of them. I don't think a Giga would fit in the cave at all. One of these frozen lakes on Ragnarok, there is a mammoth that's frozen inside of it that you can see. Not quite sure which one that was, and it's kind of hard to really look because this is default brightness here, so like you can see how bad the sun reflects off of it. Get you guys over here in the redwoods. I'm not really a big fan of the redwoods areas in the game. I'm not sure why. I guess there's just not really good build spots in a lot of them. But this was a missed opportunity right here, I think, on the part of the guy who made this map. They could have put a big redwoods tree right here between the two waterfalls. That would have looked amazing. With Eco's mods, you can place a redwoods tree there and put cliff platforms on it. So that would be really cool. You got a big lake right here. You could put a little ocean platform or something. I really like these waterfalls. I mean, the redwoods area is beautiful. It's just, I don't know, just something I've never really wanted to build in too much. There are a couple spots I really want to build in the redwoods. The island map has a spot I really want to build in. Spot number 14 here is by the green ob. I'm sure most of you know where this one is. It's a gigantic flat area. You could build anything you wanted here. I know that normally I go for aesthetic looks, but I mean this isn't pretty, but it's so big and so flat. You could make a forest here with eco mods. I mean, you could make any kind of forest you wanted. You could build an aberration zone here. You could, you know, do something extinction themed. I mean, it's just basically a big flat playground for you to build whatever you wanted. I do plan on eventually just doing a bunch of random builds here. Like, that's why I haven't built anything here in the cluster series, because I want to keep the spot open, because it's probably the biggest, flattest spot in the game. Maybe there's ones on Valguero that's bigger and flatter, but I mean, it's close. Valguero does have really flat spots in the White Cliffs area. The only bad thing about building here, I mean, you got raptors and rexes and stuff, but gigas will spawn. I've had gigas walk down here and attack. I've heard gigas will... Nah, I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with the lighting effects there, guys. I've had gigas, yeah, we hear ya. I've heard gigas will spawn back here too, and I've even heard of gigas getting stuck in this cliff. Alrighty guys, I got rid of those raptors there. I'm going to take myself out of creative mode. If you see my health over at the right hand corner, it's going up maybe 10 points a second. Now the buff's about to run out, and you can see how much it'll slow down once that buff runs out. It doesn't really seem like it slowed down at all. Yeah, it did a little bit. It's supposed to be a 60% healing buff on your character. You can't get it for dinos, but it would help. You know, you wouldn't have to worry about dying or starving to death or anything. You can go AFK and just relax in the pond. I believe this one here does it too. But this would be good for role-playing purposes too. You could build like a hot springs here and have like a get-together type area. Be really cool. I mean, it is a dangerous location, so you have to keep that in mind, but I figured I want to show this off because I haven't actually seen it in a video before, and I've never seen a video explaining what it does. I had to go look up on the wiki. That took me a second to find it on the wiki. This is the only spot in the entire game that does this buff specifically, and it's the only one I'm aware of that does any kind of buff just by being in a location. So I mean, that'd be something really cool. There's a lot of creative people out there. I'll probably build something here to kind of, I mean, I want to build something here to kind of show it off, you know. I'll build like a hot springs type area here at some point, but that'll be the video for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you know any maps you would like me to do a base location video on, be sure to let me know down in the comments. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe and see more. That would really help me out. Until then, I hope you guys have a good day and take care.